18歳の時なんですけれども、マリンバの演奏を聞いて、わー、This is a ピアノとドラムが掛け合わさったような楽器で、これは私にすごく合うんじゃないかと、もう本当に恋に落ちて、でマリンバを始めることになりました。
Because of our enthusiasm, I think we've been lucky to get composers like Chick Corea to create music for us. And this has been one of the best things of my life, because I'd known Chick Corea, of course, like all music lovers, from, I don't know, the 1970s, 1960s. He, great musician, great pianist, great composer.
My hero.
Mika the Dreamer.
Yes.
I promised you a solo marimba piece. All it takes is for me to find the time to start to, you know. I love the marimba, as you know.
Yeah.
And the original idea for the marimba, it comes from Africa with untuned pieces of wood. Yeah, with just pieces of wood chopped and put down in for rhythmic thing, but not particularly any tuning. Maybe from low to high, but not any particular scale. It could be any scale. So then that idea got taken to put into our Western scale, and the modern marimba comes about. So that's why it's a great bridge melodically as well, because you can do all the harmonic things and melodic things that you can do on a piano. You can do on a marimba with a different sound.
私は今年、私の人生の中で最大の挑戦をしたいと思ってます。それはレコーディングのプロジェクトなんですけれども、まず一つは、去年から取り組んでいる私の夫であり、一番尊敬してます、リチャード・ストルツマンとのデュオのプロジェクト。このアルバムは本当にね、これも夢が叶ったんですけれども、スティーブ・エプスタインというグラミー賞を17回も取ってる、もう素晴らしい、レコーディングプロデューサーと一緒にプロジェクトを進めています。
For many years, it had been a dream of mine to work with Richard Stoltzman, and that dream was finally realized quite a few years ago, recording chamber music with Richard and Emmanuel Axe and Yo-Yo Ma. A great experience, and little did I realize that years later I would have the great fortune to work with Mika Stoltzman and Richard Stoltzman doing an album together, and we've already recorded a good portion of the album. We've done duos up to this point, and we're talking about performances on a very, very high level of very interesting music.
Mika has made friends with a wonderful producer, Stephen Epstein. He seemed to capture what I imagined my sound to be like, but could never find on recordings. And I think he just seemed to magically use the microphones and also the attention to detail that he brought to the studio and to the performance and to the concert stage that made my clarinet and Mika's marimba sound better than they ever had sounded before. It was a kind of a miracle.
Marimba and the clarinet they sound great together. You know, when you play with great players, they lift you to another level. It's nice to see Dick and Mika together because the relationship, like the music, just keeps evolving. So it's like the whole thing is all connected. It's just nice to be around people that are in love and having a successful relationship, not only, you know, personally and with each other, but musically also. So that's good.
One finds that recording a marimba can be very challenging. One thing that you want to avoid is having the instrument sound so percussive. I mean, it is a percussive instrument, of course, but Mika brings out very song-like qualities, very beautiful textures in the instrument, different gradations of sound, and you want to be able to get all of those nuances. So microphone placement is very important.
She was the first lady in Japan to actually purchase one of my instruments, and that was in the middle 90s. Mika doesn't treat it as a tool. She treats it as something that contributes to her and gives it a lot of importance, and I think that's wonderful.
What everybody realizes when they see Mika play, it's a physical power.
昨年、デュオのレコーディングは済んだんですが、今年はオーケストラとレコーディングしたいと思ってます。大島みちるさんの書き下ろしのダブルコンチェルトと、そしてもう一つは、チックコリアさんから捧げていただいたピアノコンチェルトナンバー1の中の3楽章を、マリンバで録音したいということで、これを4月に、オーケストラと録音したいと思ってます。そして、もう一つは2009年から取り組んでいるスティーブ・ガッドさんとのプロジェクトで、彼のプロデューサーによるバンドプロジェクトなんですけれども、これも本当に今2枚アルバムを作って、そして、日本ツアーをもう何回もやり、本当にファンも多くなってきてるんですけれども、今年はぜひライブレコーディングができたらと思ってます。
You know, Mika has a dream. She tries to wake everyone up to her dream. And sometimes when she tells me her plans to do something fantastic, I just think it's impossible. It's not going to happen. It takes too much energy. I don't see how we And then she never gives up and pursues her dream and the musicians and the music, and it becomes a reality. I'm amazed. But the dreams are getting to the point where we need some help, and I'm so hopeful that people will want to join her in this great journey to bring her instrument and our music to people and touch them. And she can do it. She totally can do it, and we just have to help her. And the reward is, of course, that we have great music for eternity.
Music for marimba and clarinet, a fairly, at least in my experience, unusual instrumentation, and it works so well that I'm very excited to continue our recording and do the additional pieces that we're about to record.
私のプロジェクトはいつももう本当にすごい高いレベルにあって、すごいこうなかなかパッとできるようなプロジェクトじゃないんですけれども、これまで、たくさんの方々から、助けられて、ここまで来ましたので、ぜひこの私の最大のプロジェクトをもう一度、皆さんのサポートで叶えていただければ本当にありがたく幸せです。皆さんどうぞよろしくお願いします。